Later, have a good one.
You've just left your friend's place. You've just finished playing your first ever war game. So what do? You think, well, I'm going to get into that. But then suddenly it hits you. How do you build an army? Where do I go from here? What should I buy? How do you build an army? And it can be a difficult question to answer, really. At the end of the day, there's no gold standard to go by unless you're going meta lists, of course. But I think one of the biggest things I see on Reddit or any of the forums that I frequent, beginners always go, what do I do? Where do I go from here? And so this series is hopefully going to answer that question, at least somewhat for them. So today we're going to do Grimdark Future, and we're going to make an army, we're going to make 3 2,000 points army, Battle Brothers, High Elf Fleet, and Orcs. And yeah, we're just going to go from there. So let's get into this. Okay, so we're going to start with our Battle Brother list. So what we're going to do here is I've actually got the starter box and the combat patrol from Space Marines, and we're going to build an army using that. We'll imagine that this person started collecting, maybe they didn't like the idea of Warhammer, maybe it didn't gel with them, but they found Grimdark Future and they're going to play, but they've already got some Space Marines, so let's build an army based on that. Alright, so we've got 2 captains in Terminator armor and a librarian, so that is the maximum amount of people we can fit in a hero list of this size. So 3 Master Destroyers. Can we upgrade one with Caster? Yes, we can. So we'll just give him Caster 2 for the time being. And so we've got our 3 Master Destroyers. We've got 2 Destroyer squads. So already starting to shape up to be a bit of a crazy list. And then we've got 5 Infernus squads. Which, to be completely honest, I'm not sure if there's a direct equivalency. So we'll just put 2 squads of Battle Brothers in. There we go, we've got 7 units, even though we've really only got 4 or something like that. Alright, so let's take this first Master Destroyer, and we'll pop him in with one of the units of destroyers. Alright, cool. So we've got our destroyers, and then we may as well take our next captain and put him in with the other unit of destroyers, and we'll figure out what we're going to do with these guys later. So let's start off with our 2 units of destroyers. I reckon the best bet is that I like to make ambush guys close combat, in my opinion, but we'll make a squad of close combat and we'll make a squad of shooty guys. How you sort of come up with what squad you want to do what, you've just got to have an image in your mind. What do you want these destroyers to do? So for me, I want a squad of destroyers that gets up in people's business. I also would like a squad of destroyers that could maybe shoot things, maybe take some vehicles out. So yeah, generally, and I know what you're thinking, what about hybrid units, fam? So what if you want a unit that shoots and attacks? Generally, I've personally found that they don't tend to work as well. You tend to be able to stretch your guys a little further if you can make them specialized in one unit. As Ron Swanson says, don't half-ass 2 things, whole-ass 1 thing. So that's sort of how I approach things. You may take a different approach, but we'll make these guys close combat. So this first unit, so we'll give them War Chant. War Chant gives them Furious, so that's great. Combat Shield and a close combat weapon. I like it. I like that idea, actually. Let's make these guys sort of like a bit of anti-infantry sort of stuff. Yeah, so we'll give him an energy sword, and then we'll give these destroyers. I like the combat shield, so we'll stick with the combat shield. And yeah, we'll just give all these guys energy swords. So energy swords and combat shields. Yep, I'm happy with that. We could also look at giving these guys better energy weapons depending on what they're fighting, but we're just going to go for a bit of an all-rounder army here. Then we'll go to our next squad of destroyers. Actually, does this guy have an energy shield? Yeah, he's got a combat shield. Cool. Alright, great. So these destroyers have decided we're going to go ranged with them. Let's see. Well, we don't really have much in the way of crazy awesome options here. So what I might do is I might give them... I don't really want to give these guys advanced tactics. Maybe these guys might be better if I put the librarian in these guys. So let's unlink this Master Destroyer. We'll just go none for the time being. We'll take our librarian and we'll jam him in with a unit of destroyers. That means they've got caster, they've got some ranged options. So we want a rapid storm rifle, 6 attacks, whew, and a close combat weapon he's got. And then these destroyers, what we're going to do is we're going to replace all of them with storm rifles. And we'll replace one with the heavy cyclone, I think. And I reckon what we do is we give all these guys chain fists. We're going to make these guys anti-tank. So if they do get into close combat, they're really going to mess up tanks, basically. Alright, cool. As you can see, we're already quite close to our points limit. Let's link this Master Destroyer to a unit of Battle Brothers. I think what I might do is... we could make this a double unit, actually. That could be an option. But I don't think that's as useful in one-page rules, at least with Battle Brothers. Alright, so let's have a look here. So let's give him a heavy weapon. I think we've got a lot of anti-tank stuff. So let's go with just the heavy machine gun, I think. Heavy rifle, yeah. Let's go advanced tactics so we can get our dudes up the board a little quicker. We'll give him something to shoot with. These guys will just maybe give him another heavy machine gun. And now we've got about, what, 220 points left, roughly? 320? 320, yeah. Alright, so, what do we do now? Yeah, I've exhausted all my miniatures in the starter box, and we're still short. So what are we going to do? Well, in Grimdark Future, objective control is really important, right? It's the main way the game is played with objectives. So what we want to do is we want to get our action economy up. We've got 4 pretty strong units. Well, okay, we've got 3 pretty strong units and a 4th decent unit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack some Pathfinders in. Let's go. Let's whack 2 squads of Pathfinders in. Yeah, so these guys aren't, like, amazing. But the thing is that what we're looking at here is we're looking at getting some guys, some extra bodies on the field. What we might do is we might actually have a look at some of this stuff here. So, because what I'd like to do is I'd like to try and get 3 units and give them scout, just to give them that little bit of extra oomph, forward. Actually, even if I don't give them scout, even if I give them stealth, that would be decent. Okay, let's have a look here. What can we sort of sacrifice? Well, maybe we don't need this Cyclone Missile Launcher. If they need to go anti-tank, they can go close combat. So let's boom. Oh, instantly we've already got like 40 odd points back. So 3 units of Pathfinders, and what we'll do is we'll give them all stealth. And that's pretty much it. Now that I look at it, I think that's a good move, though. I think stealth with these guys, it's going to make them hard to hit. They've got Strider. You could give them Scout instead. That's also an option. It depends on how aggressive you want to be. Having these guys be able to hang back and shoot, and then these guys are already midway up the board. Yeah, but that's 7 units. So that's pretty good. I know there's no tanks, but if you want to play with tanks, you kind of got to go up another step to about 3,000 odd points. I'd say the 2,000 is the standard size. I'd say 4,000 is like a really solid game where you get to play with a lot of units. 3,000 is also pretty good. But yeah, we're just going to go 2,000 because that's sort of like the recommended game size. And there we go. We got our Battle Brothers. So all we need to do is go get 3 units of what scouts could be, you know, whatever whatever army you're kind of going to go with. You could probably buy cheap scouts online, honestly, like some old school heavy metal scouts. So yeah, that's Battle Brothers. As you can see, that was pretty straightforward. We've got our 3 Pathfinder squads. We've got our Master Destroyer ranged. We've got our Master Destroyer with our Battle Brothers here. So these guys are sort of anti-infantry range, so that's nice. They've got the advanced tactics, which is good. So you can pick 2 units within 6 and 2 units within 12 and move them up 6. We've got our Battle Brothers here. And keep in mind that this guy cannot ambush when attached to this unit of Battle Brothers. Then we've got a regular Battle Brother unit that's just a copy of this one. Nothing too fancy. We've got our destroyers, our close combat meat grinder destroyers. So these are the guys who go after like weaker units of guys. Even then, like even stronger units of guys, that's fine. And then we've got our ranged destroyers, and they can go close combat if they want to take on tough units. So, you know, we've got a pretty good variety here, all things considered. Yeah, I can't really complain. That's how straightforward it is just to make a unit of Battle Brothers out of the starter box of Warhammer 40k, basically. Okay, so we're going to go with High Elf Fleets next. So High Elf Fleets is... we're going to imagine you don't have a box, you just want to build some High Elves. So how do you sort of go? Well, my first step is what unit do I think is cool, and what do I think we can sort of cover here. So one of the big units I find that are very cool are Spiders. So Shifters. So we'll throw a Shifter unit in there, we'll throw an Elven Noble in there to back the Shifters up. And then we just sort of, we're going to go with this. So I like hit and run with these guys. Because it lets they've got a 12-inch range with their ridiculous guns. And at that point, what they can do is they can hit and then they can like sort of duck back. So it's pretty nice there. And what we're going to do is possibly give them an energy field. That might be an idea, but we're going to give them a shifter suit. So actually, I do like the energy shield. Let's give them an energy shield. And then what I've got to do is I've got to replace the Master Laser Pistol with something, which of course will take the Web Spinner, Master Web Spinner. Then we've got our spinners. What I'd like to do is let's have a sticky beak here. So we've got the spinner carbine, that's not too bad, but I want a heavy web spinner, man. That's what I want. Forget the close combat weapons. These guys' whole entire thing is jump out and then jump away. So great stuff on that one. What I also like is I like stingers, but stingers and I think revenants, yeah. Stingers and revenants I sort of play with a little bit here, because stingers are really good at killing chaff close combat units. So they're very good at taking out, say, like a large group of orcs or a large unit of alien hives or something like that. They're not overly great at trying to fight Battle Brothers or anything of that variety. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Revenants in, simply because I think they have a little bit more of a flexibility. They're good against chaff as well, but they're also very decent against higher armored units. And of course, we need a leader for these guys. These guys, they need a leader. So we're going to put another Elven Noble in, attach him to the Revenants, give him a Revenant suit, of course. Fear and Strider, great. On this one, because it's going to be mostly close combat, I don't really care about the guns. So what we'll take an Energy Spear here, I think. Yeah, and then Revenants. Alright, let's have a look at what we've got here. So Revenants already have decent, like the Energy Sword's pretty decent. We can upgrade a Sergeant here, basically. A Tri-Chakram could be good, but I kind of like the Mirror Scythe. Get some extra attacks in there. And yeah, sure, we'll give him Banshee Howl. Why the hell not? Alright, so we've got 2 major units here. And then what I want is I would like to probably so I really like Retributors. I think yep, these guys. So these guys have got a lot of shard carbine. So what I want to do is I want to combine a unit. So we get 2 units of retributors. They're going to be pretty much the same. We're going to take shard carbines, not whatever the hell else. We're going to give each unit a twin shard carbine. And no, that's all right. That's easy to deal with. And then we're going to get out a Elven Noble if it'll let us. Yep. You only were able to take 2 of the same hero up till recently. Now you can have 3 heroes and they can be anything. So we're gonna chuck these in the retributors. We're gonna give them a Shield of Grace regeneration. Actually, no, we're gonna go high Oracle. Yeah, that's better. And then we want a Master Shard Carbine. Don't care about that. Energy Field is great for these guys. And then this doesn't really matter. What we're going to do is we're going to try and get these guys the Flicker of Grace. Which, what do I need? Shard Pistol. Alright, cool. Yeah, so this is one of the annoying things. There's an easy way around this. All you do is you go free, right? And then you pick Shard Pistol and Energy Sword, for example. Then you click on this again. Now you can add all you guys in Shield of Grace. Alright, cool. And then make sure you do it on this unit too, because you need to make sure that you've got that. And then you can click back here, and that lets you do both. So, as far as I can tell, it's legal. I've never been pulled up on it. This has been known in the community for a long time, and they haven't fixed it because they could have just made it so no, you can't, just untab all this. Okay, then what I want to do is I want to get these retributors up the field. So of course I'm going to take an anti-grav APC. Don't really give a crap what it does. Give it stealth though, so it's hard to hit. What else has it got? Mounted shard gun. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Its whole entire purpose in life is to get my my retributors up the field. Now, of course, we've got a lot of really tough units here, but I need some bit of extra oomph, of course. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill it out with some, I reckon 2 units of strikers. Can I get, yep, 3 units of strikers. So strikers are actually really decent for their investment. Actually, what I might do is I might actually replace this with a unit of protectors, possibly. But strikers are a good investment because they can scout up the field. So they're just taking up extra space. Let you get your nobles into position. Your, of course, web spinners have come in. You got the anti-grav APC. Yeah, I mean, I could take some other units. Some snipers might be good. Actually, let's get rid of one of the unit of strikers and take a unit of snipers instead. There we go. Now we've got some stuff to play with. So we've got our tank. We've got our anti-grav stuff. And yeah, so now we can just sort of look at spending the extra points up here. These guys are a bit more elite as well. So snipers don't get any upgrades. We could maybe look at upgrading this. Maybe a light shard cannon, that would make up the rest of our points. I don't really care though. I'd actually rather give these guys stealth, I think. Stealth makes people harder to hit. There we go, we got 195 points. I'm happy with that. That's high elf fleets for you. Yeah, so we'll just quickly go over everything. So I got 2 units of strikers to take objectives, take up space, be a general annoyance. We've got our Elven Noble with Revenants. These guys are our close combat feelers, basically. Then we've got our Retributors. These guys absolutely rip through almost everything if you can get some decent 6 luck. We've also got Caster 2, which is always nice. This will just give some good buffs to these guys and some other units that are maybe nearby. We've got our absolutely devastating shifters. You put these near anything and they will absolutely tear through them regardless of armor. Like, look what we've got here. So we've got 3, 7, 8, so 3, 10, 18 AP for attacks that hit on 3s. These guys are terrifying. Even units with tough absolutely melt under the watch of these guys. Then we got our snipers. So these guys are just to sort of maybe occasionally pop high value targets like leaders and stuff like that. Maybe people with special weapons. And of course they've got scout and stealth, so always a nice thing. And then we've got our anti-grav APC, which of course will carry our retributors up to their unfortunate victims. Generally I find with stealth, these will last around, so you can sort of just fly them up the field, max speed, and then you're good to go. Orcs! How are we going to go with orcs? Well, so the big thing to remember about orcs is they are absolute fiends in close combat. That's what they do well. That's not to say you shouldn't take any shooting though, because they do have shooty as well. So, but what we're going to start with is I want to really like unit. Like I want my ultra leaders, my ultra bosses to just come in and start messing the place up. So we're going to add an ultra leader and we're going to add some freaking bosses. I want these guys, or these ultra veterans, I want these guys to just come in and start wrecking the place up, basically. So, let's have a look here. Well, I mean, I want Warcry. I want that extra speed, right? These guys got to get into close combat and they got to be absolutely terrifying. Okay, so we're going to take a couple heavy claw. We're going to take a heavy claw on this guy. Actually, can we take an extra? Yeah, we'll take the extra heavy club. So 2 heavy claws. This guy's going to be not. Actually, you know what? Let's take a heavy claw and a heavy saw. Yeah. And then, what have we got here? We'll give him regen. Well, I don't think the shot him out machine gun will be necessary. This guy is going into close combat. That's what his job is. We'll link him to his unit of ultra veterans. And the ultra veterans are also going to be just getting up into things. So, let's have a look here. 1 carbine heavy clubs. Wait, sorry, 2 seconds. Alright, fair enough, yeah. Alright, so we want these guys, so we're gonna take heavy claws on these guys. So yeah, we've got this really nasty ultra veteran unit now. These guys are going to get up into people's faces. They're quick. They're going to be coming out fast. So that's always good. Let's have a look at what else we want to do here. Alright, so I'd like to get a couple units of probably Orc Warriors, I reckon. Just to sort of make them up. Yeah, unit infiltrators could be nice. Let's take some jump pack orcs for that you know, close combat sort of, let's take some jump pack orcs for the ambush. So we'll need to get I reckon a veteran leader here. Can he get a jump pack? He sure can, so we'll give him a jump pack. We'll combine him with our unit of jump orcs. So that's what we'll sort of do. I don't think we need this because we've got some decent stuff. Maybe a caster. Psy Shaman? Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's take that. Okay, so we've got that. We don't need shooty. We don't need warning cry because we are the warning. And then let's go heavy axes with these guys, I think. Not that we can get a ton of heavy axes in with these guys. They are furious, so that's pretty good. Alright, cool. I'm happy with that. That's our unit jump orcs. We got our 2 units of warriors, which we'll deal with later. Let's get maybe a truck or something like that. I'd kind of like to get my ultra veterans up the field. So yeah, let's get we'll get a truck. We might actually get 2 trucks, but we'll see how we go. So we got our truck. I don't really need anything else with the truck. I'm pretty happy just to shove these guys in the truck. What we might do is we might actually remove one of these orc units, and then I'll add another truck. So that's for our second unit of orc warriors up here. Let's give them a field doctor. We kind of do want to get these guys into close combat, so we'll take 2 heavy axes here. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with them. And then what I'd like to do is, there's these guys. Is it veteran specialists? Yeah, so these dudes, I want a veteran specialist, and I want to give them a, I think a regular orc leader should do the job here. So his job is he's going to give them extra shooty. Which I don't think they have. I'm pretty sure they got shooty. Right, veteran. Oh no, so just give them shooty. Wait a second, these aren't the cards I'm looking. Oh, this is jump pack orcs, that's why. Yeah, so these guys have shooty already, so they'll get extra shooty, which is great. And then we're going to give them shock cannons. If we want to take anti-tank stuff, yeah, that's all good. Actually, we'll probably build an anti-tank unit, I reckon. And then I want a unit of infiltrators. And these guys, we might end up giving them sort of like some anti-tank stuff. Okay, let's have a look. What do we got here? Pistols. Let's give them all shotguns. Alright, just wait. Before we do that, give one a rocket launcher and one a shotgun, and the rest a shotgun. And then we'll give these guys a heavy saw. So these guys are going to try and like snipe tanks, basically. That's the plan with them. Actually, it doesn't make sense to give them shooting. Think about it. Okay, just wait. Let's remove those guys. What I'm going to do is, I think the best bet is to actually put maybe another unit of something like another unit of jump pack orcs, and we'll give these guys anti-close combat weapons. Sorry, anti-tank weapons. So heavy saw, even though that's not so great without the veteran leader backing them up. Do I have 3 leaders already? Oh yeah, I got 3. Alright, so what we're gonna do is I'm going to remove these guys. I think what we'll do is we'll get 2 units of infiltrators, just bang, just so that we've got someone on the board. These jump pack orcs, I think I'm gonna go anti-tank with these guys. So we'll give them a heavy saw here, and we'll give this guy a heavy saw as well. Just having a quick sticky beak here. Yeah, I think that's the best bet. Get these guys in. What I might do actually is, so we've got the 2 squads of infiltrators, which have scout. Yep, we've got our truck. We've got, yeah, all right, and we've got our orc leader back here, who's going to sit back, give these guys extra shooty. All right, great. So we just need to now work out some extra stuff here. Infiltrators, 2 trucks. Maybe if I take like a trike or something like that. It's fast, it's tough. It's not too expensive. Yeah, let's take a trike actually. Let's give him Strider. Speed boost is not too bad actually, but I don't have enough points for that. Alright. Yeah, so we've got this little trike that'll drive around. It doesn't have bad shots, so it'll still hit on 4s, and that's it. That's our squad of orcs. So let's go through this. So we've got the orc warriors in a truck. These guys, their job obviously is to get into close combat. That's their goal. We've got 2 squads of infiltrators. These guys will take and hold objectives. That's legitimately all they're going to really do. They may come out and occasionally hit some people, but for the most part, that's their job. We've got our veteran leader with jump packs. These guys are tank hunters. They are going to go and find anything with tough and hit them. We've got our orc leader with veteran specialists. These guys will sit back and they will shoot their shock cannons. And that is all they're going to do. Actually, can we give the orc leader a slightly better gun for 5 points? Yeah, we can give him a carbine. Alright, cool. So yeah, their job is to sit back, shoot their shot cannons, which they're going to deal a lot of damage when they roll 6s, which is nice. Then we've got our ultra veterans. Their job is to get into close combat with whatever and absolutely like go nuts on them. That's it. The trike's job is to just drive around, see his objective, take shots at people when they get the opportunity. And then of course we've got our 2 trucks, which will be transporting our orcs and our ultra veterans up the field. And that's it. We are done with the orcs here. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That's how you build an army. So just start with an idea and build from there. You know, if you go, oh, I want my leader to be this badass guy with a big hammer who just like smashes people, and he's got his unit of guys who are equally smashy. That's it. That's the start. Start with that unit, and then go, okay, well, what else do I want my army to do? Well, I want them to be able to shoot at range. So you add a ranged unit, and it's that straightforward. Now, if you've already got a starter box from another company, I don't know who you may be buying them from, and you're like, oh, I've already got like, you know, an army, and now I just need to build that into something. Just pick the unit and go, oh, okay, these guys sort of match close to this unit, so I'll add them in, you know, and then just do that. So, for example, as you saw with the Battle Brothers list, I just started with the base lists that were in the starter boxes, and then I built on it from there, and I was like, well, I've got 4 really badass units now, I just need some extra units for action economy. And that's pretty much how you build an army, and I will be doing more of these. So expect this for any game I cover. I will explain sort of an idea on how to sort of build an army, but for the most part, if you just take these general ideas and you just apply them to whatever game, I think you'll be fine. And just remember, at the end of the day, you're not playing tournaments for the most part. Some of you may be, but at that point, you're probably not watching this video for massive, huge tips. If you want a meta list, go look for a meta list. If you just want to play the game, just put some stuff on the table and then alter it as you need it. Anyway guys, that's all from me. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. You have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next video. See yous.